What's up, everyone? Look what we got here. Just got back from meeting Scott at bigbreakupgrade.com. Ended up getting some Cadillac XTS calipers. Now these are actually the same as 6th gen Camaro SS's and the C7 Corvettes. Got the new hubs with the spindles all done and ready. We're gonna bring them inside, pull them apart. I'm gonna do a rebuild on them, and we're gonna have them powder coated to match the build. See here the machine work for the bracket that he did. It's this bracket right here. Just a little bit of clearance to make them work. All right, guys. First, look at these. These things are huge. You can kind of get a size comparison here to my hand. They're fairly easy to pull apart. There's a couple other videos on here about it. I'll go through it again. Pretty much you just have to pop these two pins out. That'll allow this to come out, and then it's just these 4 bolts which are used. This here, which is an E14, just a nice little socket here. Fairly easy. We'll pull them apart, get the pistons and seals out, and then we'll clean them up and get them powder coated. Alright, so we got the calipers all apart here. I ended up using just some pieces of rod and a brush I had to get the pins out. It was fairly simple. You knock them out a little bit and then they'll pretty much just pull right out. Now we're going to go ahead and pop these out. There's this seal here, then you'll have the piston, and then underneath the piston is a smaller O-ring kind of seal. You pop those all out. What's up, guys? So I forgot to get the video of after I pulled these seals out, so I'm getting one right before we go to powder coat here. You can see we got everything out of there. It's all fairly clean. There's a ring seal in here, and then the main seal. I did get the new ones in the mail, so those are just going to go right back over. Fairly easy to get out. The only thing I did was to get a little something in here and kind of wedge it in, and it pops right out. The one inside here is even easier. You can take almost like a screwdriver tip and kind of pop it right out, and it probably took me maybe an hour to get all of them done for each side. So now we're going to get them over to powder coat, and this is the part number of the seals I got. This is directly off of an XTS. For some reason the part numbers are different if you go to like the Camaro SS or the C7. So I got these calipers off an XTS to be safe. That's what I went with. As far as I'm concerned, they should all be the same. If you can confirm that, comment it below. As far as I know, though, I can't say for certain, so I just played it safe. Just got another piece to the puzzle today. The new rotors came in. These are OEM ones. I was gonna go with a different one. Don't like the whole idea of drilled rotors. Couldn't find anything that was budget friendly, so I ended up getting these for a decent price. Get a little size comparison. I mean, they're pretty massive, so we'll see how this all looks when we throw it all together. It should be pretty sweet. Back from powder coat, check this out. This color came out awesome. These guys did an awesome job. I am very pleased with this. It's going to look great on the car. It's going to go very well with the whole theme of it. I did end up doing a couple little brackets for the belt drive, so we'll put those on. We'll get the seals in these, get them back together. We'll put the decals on, and then we will put them on the car with the new rotors. Okay, so next step is putting the seals in. So I already got this one all together. It's looking real nice. It's very simple. So we got this here. There's the part number there. It actually was for the XTS caliper, which is what these technically are. Like I said earlier, I believe all the bores are the same. I would play it safe and just buy for whatever one you got the car off of. So let me go ahead and pull these out real quick, and I'll show you what we're doing here. We got 4 of each type of seal. These ones here are gonna go on this little groove in here. And this one here, this part's gonna pop into this groove right up here. Ignore the little hairs. And then it's also gonna pop into this groove on the piston itself. So, usually get some brake fluid, kind of run through here, soak this a little bit if you feel like it. Pop that in there, down in there, and then take the piston and get it started in there so that it will slide down. Alright, I'm going to show you now how we're going to put these together, meaning the piston, the inner seal, and the outer seal. This is actually, seems to be two pieces. Yeah, there you go. So you have one that looks like this, one that looks like this. Now, what I've been doing, get my gloves out of here. Alright, first thing first, it's got me a little container here. It's just actually a cap. Got a little bit of brake fluid in there. I'm just gonna dip my finger in it. Just go along, try to get in there a little bit. Actually, take the seal, kind of just get it a little bit moist, I guess. Just so it kind of slides in a little bit easier. Now what we're gonna do, try to do this at an angle where you can kind of see what I'm doing here. I'm just popping that one in. This is the easy one. Now, careful if you have painted rotors, or I don't know if powder coat really gets messed up with brake fluid, but I know most paint does. So just be very cautious with that. I'm doing everything I can to keep everything off of it. But you see, we got the first seal in there. What you want to really do is make sure that this is pushed in there as far as you can get it. Make sure it's as flush as possible. Make the piston a lot easier to go in. I had a little struggle with it at first, and then I realized that was actually my problem. Made it real simple. Move on to the next step. Alright. So, got my glove back on. What we're going to do, like I said earlier, make sure that is flush. You also want to make sure that it's not twisted or bent in any weird way. You want it nice, seated in there, cylindrical, just like the bore. And I'm going to take the piston. I'm going to do the same thing. Kind of just run around it real quick with some brake fluid, so it kind of slides in a little bit easier. This side goes up. This is what the seal is actually going to go around. So we want to make sure that that's real nice. And what we're going to do is, see, this is the rear one. Get this off so I don't get fluid on it again. So, kind of just get it started in there. Get a little bit of pressure. Now with that new seal, it's gonna be fun. I'm not gonna lie to you. They are, especially on this one. This is the backside one. It's kind of a bad one to demonstrate on. It doesn't really sit flat to kind of get pressure down on it. Be nice if I had some sort of fixture. I would advise it. Would make this a lot easier rather than trying to push on an angle. All right, I do. Just try my best. Get it somewhat started. Take a little bit of a dead blow. You see, now it's sitting in there. Just be careful when you hit it with a dead blow. You want to make sure you're not messing anything up. But like all things, if you've never done it before, it's never going to feel right until you do it a couple times. All right. So, got them both in there now. Next thing we're going to do is put on the last seal. So, it's going to go just like this. Okay, kind of the open part down. as so. What I like to do is get this top part underneath this groove real nice. Then it's easily just popped right downward, and it's done. What it'll look like when it's finished is that. When you go to put the seal on, you might have to take a screwdriver and kind of just press it underneath. Just be real careful that you don't break the seal, or else you'll be doing it all over. Alright, here's a closer look. You can see that's not in. I just have it nicely tucked underneath there. That's actually fairly easy. Then all you're going to do is just push this right down. And that's what it should look like when it's done. There's a before, there's an after. I did push down the piston. I do that just to make sure that I can get this seated as best I can. Alright, we got all 4 pistons in. The final little gasket or seal, whatever you want to call it, is this little guy. It's going to go right in the crossover there. It's going to sit right in there. Fairly easy. I throw them back together, and it'll look like this. Alright, here it is. Final product here. It's looking pretty good. Now, I don't got the brake pads or anything in. I just threw it together real quick so I could do the wheels, get that all figured out. But it's looking awesome. That's pretty much it. It's very easy. I mean, I think anybody could probably do this. And you could get a nice easy customization. It doesn't have to be like a solid red or black or anything like that. You can not have Corvette or Camaro SS or Chevrolet written on there. You can get a nice Brembo sticker, or you can put a custom sticker on there. You can do anything you want. And like I said, it adds a personal touch. That's personally why I like it. I think it's different, it's cool. And you got 2 brand new brake calipers that you did yourself, so the quality is good. That's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed.